My amputee ex used his disability to manipulate every woman after me, so I gave him a leg down. My ex, Jake, lost his leg in a motorcycle accident 3 years into our relationship and discovered the world's most powerful manipulation tool. He'd get out of dishes because phantom pain flared up, even though he'd been gaming for 6 hours. He would limp dramatically whenever we argued in public so strangers would glare at me. By month 6, he'd perfected the victim act, sobbing about his deformity whenever I mentioned wanting space. When I finally left after catching him cheating, he told everyone I couldn't handle dating half a man, and then went on to destroy 6 other women. Jean, the nurse who thought she could heal his soul, transferred her entire savings after he claimed he needed experimental surgery. Melissa paid for his apartment when he said employers discriminated against amputees while he secretly worked remote IT making $80,000. Linda, the physical therapist, lost her license defending him after he groped her colleague and claimed his medication made him confused. Rachel bought him a $40,000 prosthetic because his cheap one hurt too much. He sold it and kept gaming on his couch. Daisy, sweet Daisy, attempted S-aside when he convinced her she was ableist for questioning why he had 3 dating profiles. The worst was Ava, the prosthetist student. He pursued her specifically, made her fall in love, then sued her company claiming she'd taken advantage of a vulnerable patient. She lost everything and ended up on the streets. Each woman was left broken, bankrupt, and blamed. Then he started dating my little sister. She didn't tell me for months, knowing I'd overreact. By the time I found out, she'd already co-signed a car loan and was defending his business trips to Vegas. When I tried warning her, she accused me of jealousy, of not being able to see past his disability. Jake had coached her perfectly. The last straw came when she called crying at 2 a.m. She'd caught him with another woman, confronted him, and he'd fallen off the wheelchair dramatically, claiming she'd pushed him because he was just a cripple. The other woman was recording, ready to post about my sister abusing a disabled man. My sister was a teacher. This would end her career. That's when I decided Jake had played his last sympathy card. I knew Jake's weakness. His ego couldn't resist a woman who saw him as inspirational. So I created Madison, a wealthy philanthropist who ran a foundation for adaptive athletes. Her Instagram showcased galas, yacht parties, and most importantly, funded prosthetic programs. I spent weeks building her profile and learning the language. Jake found her within days. Madison was everything he wanted. Rich, connected, and passionate about helping heroes like him overcome adversity. The messages started immediately. I played it perfectly, letting him pursue while dropping hints about needing someone authentic for an upcoming documentary about resilience. Jake took the bait hard. Within weeks, he was love-bombing Madison, sending sob stories about needing better equipment to compete, how other athletes had advantages he couldn't afford. Madison sympathized with him and invited him to a major fundraising event with potential sponsors. Jake bragged to everyone and even posted countdown posts while planning to propose to Madison with her own money. The night arrived. Jake showed up in a rented tux, working the room, telling everyone about his inspiring journey. Then Madison took the stage to announce her documentary subject. The screens lit up, but instead of Jake's triumph story, it played his greatest hits. Security footage of him faking falls, screenshots of identical sob stories to different women, bank records showing the surgery funds spent at casinos. The crowd gasped as they watched him work his con on 6 women, including Sweet Daisy's therapy sessions after her attempt. But the killing blow was audio of him laughing with friends. These bleeding hearts see one leg and their wallets fall open. Easiest victims in the world. The cameras turned to find Jake, but he was already scrambling for the exit, his practiced limp forgotten as he practically sprinted out. Once news of that event got out, actual amputees shared how people like him made their lives harder, how people now questioned legitimate needs because of scammers like him. His remote IT job fired him when clients refused to work with that manipulative guy from the video. He tried suing for defamation, but every woman he'd conned testified against him. My sister even sent me a text saying she was sorry and offered to make up with me. Jake moved 3 states away, but the people don't forget that easily. Last I heard, he was working night shifts at a warehouse with no more sob stories to tell. He still posts occasionally about being canceled for his disability, but the comments are just links to Madison's documentary. Turns out when you use missing a leg to stand on others, eventually you've got nowhere left to run.